Hello, my dear friends. How are you? Smartphone is a wonderful invention, but the excessive use of it is very, very dangerous, very, very bad. Why it is that bad, and what are its negative impact? That is something what we are going to talk about. There are four major physical negative impacts. Then another few highly dangerous mental health issues. Still, then, there are certain damages to our cognitive skills and to the social skills as well. So, the first negative impact upon our physical health, it is the eye strain and the eyes health as well. Eyes are something and very, very extremely important organ, and I think it should keep working till the end of life. But suppose that it start working very, very poorly in the, or it does not work in the last stage of the life, it will be quite a lot troublesome. For that reason, we need to minimize the usage of the smartphone. Now, the second bigger negative impact upon our physical health, it is that it is something which is so bad, and it is because of obesity and because of the cardiovascular health which does suffer. The people become obese because there is a little physical activity, and the cardiovascular health suffers a lot. So that is the second major negative impact upon our physical health. Now, the third major impact, that is sleep disturbances. We are unable to enjoy the quality sleep and the quantity sleep. So that is the third major negative impact of excessive smartphone use. Now, the fourth and the last major impact, negative impact upon our physical health, it is our skeleton, and it is our spine vertebrae which does suffer. You know that spinal injury or spinal certain dislocation of the certain cord, it paralyzes our life. So that is another and the fourth and the last major negative impact of excessive smartphone usage. Now, the next segment, that says that what are the negative mental health issues which does occur because of this excessive use of the smartphone. The first one is that it increases a lot of mental anxiety, it is a lot of mental stress and the anxiety. The second major negative impact, that is the decreased attention span. We are unable to concentrate and to focus upon. Why? Because we find ourselves switching from one application to another one, from the one video to another one. So that is why we are unable to focus, unable to concentrate. Now, the third major negative impact upon our mental health, it is the social isolation, and socially we become isolated. Why become we become socially isolated? Because we are seen busy on the smartphone, and we don't prefer the physical interaction. So for that reason, it is actually the socially we become isolated. Gradually we start going deeper and deeper into the smartphone, into the social media. And for that reason, as for the physical interaction with the rest of the people are concerned, it gets automatically minimized, and we become socially isolated. Now, the fourth and the last major negative mental impact, it is called the addiction, or it is called the dependency. We become a lot more dependent, a lot more addict. We become the addict, and addiction of any sort, it is totally destructive. So is the addiction of the smartphone as well. Now, after talking about the negative physical impact, and after talking about the negative mental impact, now we are going to talk about the negative cognitive abilities impact and the negative social abilities contact. So there are actually the three major cognitive abilities suffering in three ways. The first one is that is actually decreased cognitive abilities, like the memory, like the problem solving skills, like the critical thinking. Our memory gets negatively impacted upon, our critical thinking becomes down, and our our problem solving skills goes down either. Now the second major negative impact upon our cognitive abilities and our social abilities, it is the social skills which suffers a lot, and we become less and less empathetic, and decreased empathy mean that we are unable to understand, unable to feel what other people are feeling. We are unable to put ourselves into the shoes of another person. So that is another negative impact, that is called, lacking empathy and lacking the social skills. The third and the last and the negative impact, it is the actually impact upon our relationships with the family member, with the friends, with the colleagues, with the neighbors. All of these goes down drastically. Why? Because we are seen busy more and more on the smartphone. Now, after talking about all the trouble it does create on our physical health, upon our mental health, upon our cognitive abilities, upon our social skills, at the end of our today's talk, we are going to present certain ways how to manage it, how to minimize the negative impact of it, how to mitigate the negative impact of the excessive smartphone usage. There are four simple ways. The number one, it is like set the screen time limit, that this and this time is the screen time, otherwise I'm not going to use the screen at all. So that is the number one way to somehow mitigate the negative impact of negative impact of excessive smartphone usage. Now the second way to do that, it is like take regular breaks, like after every 20 minutes we need to have a break of 5 minutes at least. So that is the second way to do that. Now the third way to do that, it is prioritizing face to face interaction and spending time with the people, if at all the people are available, or if you can physically contact, you can contact other people face to face. It is far better than spending the time on the smartphone. The fourth and the last way, that is practice digital detox. And what is the digital detox? It is like, since it toxifies us, so for that reason we need to have a fast of 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, and preferably 14 hours should be the target. Like, from evening to morning, I am not going to use the smartphone except there is a important call to listen or important call to make. So I think that is or something other very very important. Otherwise, just for the kill of time, just for the structure of time, I'm not going to use the smartphone at all. I think our today's topic is very very important indeed, and it is something which is needed by everybody. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.